Hi, Deidre here from Our Upcycled Life. Today I have a really fun video. We're going to be custom making some ribbon. This is a really fun DIY. You can customize it if you have a special gift that you want to put some ribbon on, or you want to add it as an embellishment to some of your DIY projects. You can pick out a pattern and DIY your own ribbon. So it's really easy. I'm going to show you step-by-step tutorial. Let's get started. I picked up this piece of fabric at the thrift store. It was $1.99. It's quite a bit of fabric and it's cotton. You want to be using a fabric that's going to be able to absorb ink. Now you're also going to need some spray adhesive. You can get spray adhesive at any craft store. You can get it on Amazon. I'll put a link down below if you don't have any in your crafting stash to grab some. I'm cutting this fabric down to the size of a sheet of paper. And you want to make sure that you have your fabric nice and flat. So I always like to press it before I adhere it onto my piece of paper. I'm just using my iron on the highest setting with no steam and giving it a really good press to get all the wrinkles out of it. Now I've sprayed my piece of paper with the spray adhesive. Make sure you're doing it in a really well ventilated area. I actually take it outside, spray it, and then bring it back inside. And I'm going to trim all around the edges. You want to make sure you have it trimmed really well because we're going to be putting this through our printer and we don't want any bits of fabric getting caught as it goes through. Now when I'm doing these DIY projects, I have printers that are just in my craft room that's all I use it for. So I never have any problems if something happens when I'm trying to do some wild stuff on my printer that I haven't racked a good office printer. That being said, I've never had any issues. So we're going to load our paper into the printer, making sure that we're loading it so we print on that fabric side. This is my LaserJet printer, but this will also work on an inkjet, and I'll show you next project using the inkjet printer. And this is a pattern that I printed on this fabric. It's absolutely gorgeous. Now I'm going to take my cutter and I'm just going to cut it in strips of ribbon. I'm leaving the fabric still on that paper. It makes it much easier to cut into strips. You don't want to peel that fabric off yet. And you can do any width of ribbon that you like. I think this one I did for a 1 inch. And then you just peel the paper away and you're left with a custom ribbon. This pattern is available in my Etsy store. If you want to check it out, you can grab it and you can make some of this ribbon yourself. So here we have all this beautiful ribbon ready to use on our DIY projects. I like taking my little Cricut tool and fraying the edges a little bit. Just kind of gives it that rustic feel. I always kind of love making everything look a little bit aged and rustic, and just peeling away a couple of those threads off the sides and the ends. So now with this sheet, I did the exact same process. Put the spray adhesive on a piece of paper, put some fabric on it. But this one I ran through my colored inkjet printer. My LaserJet printer only prints on black ink, so I wanted to add some color. So this is on my inkjet printer. Now you have to remember that none of this is going to be washable. And if you don't want to cut these into ribbons, you can print off this sheet of fabric and incorporate that into a DIY project. Also, put a quote on it. So many possibilities. Now I'm going to cut this one into strips. Also, you can also use these if you do junk journaling, scrapbooking, mixed media. You can add these as embellishments on your pages. Absolutely beautiful. Now, if you want to design your own graphics or your own floral pattern, you can do that within Canva. They have a free program. You don't need to have the premium that works really well for you to design some of these yourself. I'll put a link down below in the description to the Canva website. Just fool around on it. Get the hang of it, and the possibilities are endless over on that website for all kinds of DIY projects. Now, if you want to make a piece of ribbon that's longer, I have some fabric glue. I just put a little bit along the edge, and then I attach the ribbon together. And of course, it's not going to be completely perfect. You're going to see the line, but these are really primitive ribbons, and I think it looks really cute when you can attach them all together, and it just gives you the option of having a longer piece. If you don't have any fabric glue, you can always use hot glue, or you could even staple it if you're using it within your junk journaling, and that would just give it a little bit of an extra effect. So here's a fast and easy way for you to custom make your own ribbon for your DIY projects. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and thanks for following along. And if you love this video, I'm sure you'll love either of these next two. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.